Hi, I'm Victoria. Welcome to my channel. It has been a while. I had a video idea that I was working on and I'm really excited about it, but turns out I struggle with reading books that I plan to read. I'm doing okay with my seasonal TBR thing that I've been doing, but for this video, the books that I picked for that, there's like 4 books for it and I've only gotten through like 1 and a quarter. It's terrible. And so I decided to put that on hold. I'm still gonna try to work on the books, but if I were to wait on that video, like I would just probably never make a video again. So today we are gonna be talking about the upcoming releases that I'm excited for. I'm doing for technically May, June, and July, but there's not a June book. So I have, I think, 3 for May and 2 for July. So let's get started. First, we have The Silver Blood Promise by James Logan. This is the first book in a series called The Last Legacy, and it comes out May 7th. So in this, we're following a guy named Lucan Gardova, and he's like the disgraced heir to an ancient noble house. I think it was from a duel, I think is what the description said. But yeah, so he's a disgraced heir and he's also a school dropout, and now he just spends his time drinking cheap wine and playing rigged card games. Well, he had always planned to make things right with his family, but then his father, who he's estranged from, ends up getting mysteriously murdered. So he's like lost that opportunity and instead decides that he is going to dedicate himself to uncovering the truth of what happened to his father. And this journey ends up leading him to what they described as a merchant prince city called Safrona, I think is how you say that. And I always think that like merchant stuff in books is really cool. I don't know why, but it says, "For in Safrona, everything has a price, and the price of truth is the deadliest of all." I'm not typically super into mysteries, but sometimes in fantasy books, they can incorporate it in ways that it's like I don't really notice it. And so then I'm still enjoying myself. So I'm curious. I'm interested in trying this out. Next, we have 5 Broken Blades by May Corland. This is the first book in the Broken Blades series, and this also comes out May 7th. So this is kind of corny, but I wrote it down in the description. I liked how at the beginning of it, it says, "It's the season for treason." I have a lame sense of humor, okay? But yeah, so in this kingdom, it sounds like their ruler is someone called the God King June, like Joon. And it's sounding like the God King June kind of sucks, because what is going on is 5, let's see, how did they word this? Most dangerous liars are being brought together, and they are being given this mission of taking him down. And the group ranges in like character types. So you have like your assassin, your hitman, and then you also have like a banished prince. So it'll be interesting to see the character dynamics with that, because I'm feeling like the only thing that they really have in common is they all want revenge on this God King. And it says, "In order to survive, they'll have to learn to trust each other, but only one can take the crown." So, sounds like found family, possibly. This sounds like it's gonna be a very character-oriented book, which is right up my alley. Although, I'll be honest, I do tend to, like, I'm starting to get kind of tired of assassins. I don't know why. Like, they're fun characters. I think it's just, I've seen it a lot lately. Same with thieves. Like, I don't know. They can be done good, and they can be done in ways that I love them, and the character like type that they're in doesn't bother me at all. But I have gotten to the point where when I see those 2 things, I'm like, again? Who knows? Maybe this will be one of the good ones. Next, we've got I'm Afraid You've Got Dragons by Peter S. Beagle. And this is the same author that wrote The Last Unicorn. I haven't read that. It's a classic and I've heard about it. I don't know too much, but I am interested to see something newer by this author too. Maybe this will be like my first one. I'll do the bad thing and like read their newest stuff and then go back and be disappointed, who knows? But I'm interested to try it out. And this comes out May 14th. I'm just gonna read you like verbatim the back, like the description of the book, because I felt like when I was reading it, for one thing, it wasn't too long, and also it had a lot of character to the writing style that I feel like will be able to show you what you can get from the book, most likely, and be a good gauge if it's something you're interested in or not. So it says, dragons are common in the backwater kingdom of Bellemontaine, coming in sizes from mouse-like vermin all the way up to castle-smashing monsters. Gaius Aurelius Constantine Heliogabalus Thrax, who would much rather people call him Robert, has recently inherited his deceased dad's job as a dragon catcher / exterminator, a career he detests with all his heart, in part because he likes dragons, feeling a kinship with them, but mainly because his dream has always been the impossible one of transcending his humble origin to someday become a prince's valet. Needless to say, Faye has something rather different in mind. So it sounds very like fairy tale-esque in my opinion, and so that's something I'm excited for. As you guys know, like I jump on the fairy tale vibes like whenever I see them. They don't always work out for me, but a lot of the time they do. Also, I think it's pretty funny, I guess, that the main character is someone who doesn't want to work with dragons. I don't know if I've ever seen that. I feel like whenever there's a dragon in a book, everyone's obsessing, same as me, but it'll be interesting to see. Also, if anyone has read The Last Unicorn, let me know if it's something I should make a priority of, because I say I want to read it, but there's so many books I want to read that who knows when, if I'll ever get to it, unless it like gets bumped up to the top, you know? But that's it for the ones in May. And then for July, first we have Still the Sun by Charlie N. Holmberg. This author, I think, is a pretty big author. I know that she's written a lot of stuff. The only thing from her that I've read so far is The Will in the Wilds, and I loved almost every aspect of that book. I do want to buy a copy of that, and I love so much of it. There's one little thing that was annoying me, but I definitely want to read more. And so this comes out July 1st, and I'm really interested in it. Oh, but side note, I did want to say that at least last I checked, a lot of the author's books are available on Kindle Unlimited. I don't know why I like stumbled over that. But so if any of you guys have that and this sounds like something you're interested in, just wanted to let you know that a lot of other works are available on there too. So our main character is this girl named Pell, and she is, I think, an engineer. Yeah, she's an engineer and a digger for these like ancient artifacts that were left behind by the ancients who used to inhabit the planet that she's on. I guess it's like kind of sci-fi then for this book if it takes place on like a different planet and stuff. But her knowledge of this ancient tech leads her to being like the only one who can help Heartwood and Mosaius, who are keepers of this like forbidding tower. And it has remnants of some like old complex machinery inside the tower, and so like that's why they need her. And from the sound of things, it's like a behemoth. I don't know fully how that's gonna go inside the book, but I'm picturing like Iron Giant type of thing. I don't know. But as she's working, it seems like it sounds like she's discovering that there is more of a connection between her and the behemoth and the tower's keepers and stuff than she initially realized. And it sounds like maybe the keepers know and aren't telling her, so there's like a mystery involved there. And I think it sounds pretty cool. I do tend to lean more fantasy than sci-fi. I'm not sure, just based off of this description, what direction, what genre this is going to lean more towards. But even if it is like a sci-fi book, I am wanting to branch out, so I'm pretty interested in it either way. But yeah, so that comes out July 1st, and then on July 2nd, we have The Failures by Benjamin Lyer. This is another one that seems kind of genre bending because it described itself as being a blend of apocalyptic sci-fi and epic fantasy, which seems like it would be good for me with my nervousness, I guess, with jumping into sci-fi. Having it be kind of a mixture of the two, I feel like, is what I need to dip my toes in. This one, the description was kind of confusing. I'm not 100% sure all that's going on, but it sounds like the world is like a machine and it is slowly starting to fall apart and go dark. And then an interesting mix of people are drawn underground, like to this underground keep from a dream. Like, I guess like they all had a dream and it like drew them there. And they were all brought there for this mysterious purpose. But it's kind of sounding like that purpose could be the destruction of everything that they love. And that seemed to be like the main plot thing that was going on that I read about. And then there's also a buried giant in prison underground, and this buried giant sounds like it has like the ability to basically annihilate civilization, and of course people want it because anything with power people want to have for themselves even when no one really should have it. But yeah, so these are the books that I'm interested in that are coming out within the next few months. Feel free to let me know which ones you guys are interested in, or if there's any that I didn't mention that you think seem like something I would like, please let me know those. But thank you guys so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.